Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Ninja Knight. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So I have an article here from marvelousnews.com and they are speculating. This is just a rumour for the moment, but take it with a big grain of salt that this is very possible given what Ryan Ting, one of the Hasbro Marvel Legends team, have said previously on live streams and on his Twitter, and I'll explain why what he has said is important. So these seem to be the rumoured upcoming figures from Hasbro's Marvel Legends team. Now Hasbro's Marvel Legends team, particularly on Twitter, have been really good in talking to fans, listening to fans. They know what fans want. They know fans want X-Men's Banshee. They know we want Siren. They know we want Angel, which is a character that I am absolutely desperate to get. I want to see an original classic Angel. So hit them up on Twitter, let them know who you want, and I'm sure that will help your cause. They are listening to people talk about bendy wires as well too on figures, and I think that eventually they will look to step forward into that territory when they are looking at the likes of Mayfex releasing these characters and charging $80 to $100 for each character. I am sure there's part of Hasbro that's saying we could do that. So I hope that Hasbro do step up the game, and I think with the recent backing of the HasLab Sentinel, they have certainly seen that there is a wide community that will want products like that, and the fact that it got over 16,000 backers, I'm sure lets them know how popular this line really is. Anyway, I digress. I will talk about who is in this upcoming rumoured leaked wave. We've got an Into the Spider-Verse movie based Miles Morales Spider-Man. So this is a character that has been long speculated, and Hasbro have said in the past that they do want to have another crack at this character, given the fact that they released this character and Gwen Stacy at the time, and they would like to have a better, more representative version of what was on screen. We've seen now that they're looking at screen accuracy for the Fox movie figures. So with the 3D animation files that they could use for this, I think we could get some of our most accurate Marvel Legends yet. We've got an Into the Spider-Verse movie based Peter B. Parker Spider-Man. Now this is two characters that have been rumoured, and Ryan Ting has said on Twitter that they're going to do soft goods on some of the characters soon. So I personally think that this is a massive hint at these two characters. I think he's talking about Miles Morales Spider-Man, particularly with the hoodie and the jacket. Now they might do just the all black suit. It's very possible. Or they might be talking about Peter B. Parker, Spider-Man, with his overcoat and the way he looked. It's interesting to see what will happen, because again they have to have pants and the overcoat if they want to have a truly interchangeable Peter B. Parker Spider-Man. I think you could nearly do that one like a deluxe figure that they've been doing recently. With Miles, you could take the hoodie off and the pants off, and perhaps that could do enough for your soft goods, and you could have a brand new on new Spider-Man the way it would look. I'm interested to see what happens there. The next character that they speculate is Into the Spider-Verse movie based Spider-Gwen. So Gwen Stacy. Yeah, I think this is probably a shoe-in, given the fact that they have the majority of this mold that they've done for the recent Gwen Stacy Spider, I suppose, Spider-Gwen, that they could just pretty much reuse, and they're reusing that body as well too for the Ghost Spider, that they have the venomized version of this character. So I don't think they wouldn't have to go too much into the well of remolding or doing an all new figure. I think they might, given the new articulation scheme that they've been implementing on the new Spider-Man. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Again, pinless joints on this, if they're going to use the pinless joints, could look really nice on these characters in my opinion. The next character that has been rumoured is Into the Spider-Verse movie based Prowler. Now this is a character that was very nice in the movie. I thought he was developed very well, and it's a character that I'm a big fan of. He could also have soft goods, particularly because of the cape that he wore in the movie. So again, that's a couple of characters. That's at least three characters that could have these soft goods. The next character is pretty much a strange one. It's Marvel Comics Frogman. So this is another enemy of Spider-Man. But what's noticeable about this guy is that I think because he has a kind of a tubby, fat torso and a very strange looking body, I think that they could reuse this character for the X-Men's Toad. So I think that that could be a character that could be reused from this. I imagine that they will have a ball jointed head rather than a neck going up, and that they could reuse this body in general and make it into Toad. So I think it could be a 2-for-1 there, and that we might get Frogman first. Now, it's also a character that a lot of people will say, who? I don't know who that character is. That's a very unfamiliar character to me. But recently, they have released the White Rabbit. So, for me, obscure characters coming from Marvel Legends is no surprise. And this is a character, as far as I know, that has not had a figure before, which would line up with some of the hints that they have said about some characters not getting figures beforehand. And this is one. The next character we have, and I'm sure Hasbro's Marvel Legends team certainly looked at the G.I. Joe team, and they saw the ninja that were over there, and I'm sure that they're looking and saying, we could do an army builder like that too. And it's Marvel Comics Hand Ninja. Now, what's interesting about this is, this could very well be the all-new, brand new mold that Hasbro were talking about. So they could have a single release in this line that comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, and then this could be the same figure that's going to be released in the little cardboard cartons as the army building figure. It would be a brand new mold, I would imagine, from what we're seeing here, and this is something that people will really love to see. People love army builders. It's in many lines like the Stormtroopers. So I'd say Hasbro have looked at Stormtroopers, seen how well they've done. They've looked across in Transformers and seen some of the army builders that have been there in the past, like the Vehicons, which would be really interesting to see make a comeback. They're probably looking across at various other lines that have these army building characters. And like I said, G.I. Joe has just done a Cobra Trooper, which people are going absolutely nuts for because they will want to army build. The AIM soldiers have done probably excellently well in terms of being an army builder and something people would want. So I'm not surprised to see Hasbro introducing these guys, and they would be a nice foe for Daredevil. So the next character that we're looking at is, it's possibly going to be Stiltman that's going to be a Build-A-Figure. Now, they did say the biggest Build-A-Figure of all time, so this could be a hint that they just mean the tallest figure of all time. So this guy is a big guy. He has tussled with Spider-Man and Daredevil before, so it would make sense that this guy could be included. So I think that this guy is going to be part of this wave, and a lot of people who are Spider-Man fans, Daredevil fans would say, okay, well, yeah, that's fair enough. I don't think many people would be upset with that. There's some other confirmations, well, not confirmations, more rumours as well too, about fan channel exclusives, and it's about the retro cardback figures. Now, it's going to be no surprise to anyone that J. Jonah Jameson's name has popped up. He's an adversary for Spider-Man, and sometimes a, I suppose, protagonist and antagonist for Spider-Man. So this is a character that's already had a head sculpt made for the chameleon body. So I think Hasbro will try and reuse that head and put it on a suited body, or maybe a body that's been used before, like maybe the Tony Stark one from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or maybe the Agent Coulson one, or perhaps the Nick Fury one from the Captain Marvel movie. They will reuse that body, I think, and they will reuse the head from the chameleon sculpt, and bang, new figure, retro card, everyone's happy, because everyone wants J. Jonah. The next one that's been rumoured for a retro card is Black Cat. We've seen a couple of Black Cats over the last few years, so we'll be no surprise if they decided to reuse some of those molds, or if they decided to make a brand new mold for this character. I would be surprised if they do make a brand new mold, or if they don't reuse certain elements. I think possibly we might get an alternate head, and that would be nice to see with the character, particularly because the character has dual identities really. The next one is Firestar with the dog Miss Lion. So this is a pretty obscure character as well too, but again, it could use pretty much the Mary Jane head sculpt, and it could use then a fairly blank canvas of a female sculpt. So I don't think there'd be too much to this one, and I'm not sure if this one will be too popular, but yeah, that's impossible there. Can't see it being too popular, to be honest with you, but I know it will have its fans. So this is what's happening with the team at the moment, and I think we're going to see these characters definitely very, very soon. And credit to Marvelous News here for digging up this article, and I think that this is a positive going forward for Hasbro, especially with the soft goods that people have been clamoring for a number of years now. And I think this would start to put them on the level with Mayfix. If they're giving alternate hands, alternate heads, they have the face print technology, they have the ultimate articulation, and they start coming along with soft goods, I think for a $20 €25 figure, I think £20 figure. A lot of people are going to buy it on that. Now, the next question is, if they start introducing soft goods, I think it's only a matter of time before they decide to up the price of these characters. Would that be something you would be willing to pay for if the quality was good, and if these characters were able to come out at a fraction of the price of the Mayfex figures? Would that be something you'd be interested in? I would imagine the answer is going to be yes, obviously. What do you think about the characters that are included here? Are you surprised by some characters? Are you delighted by some characters? Are you excited? Or are you disappointed? Is there somebody else that you would have liked to see within this line? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll talk to you later. Good luck.